Good morning. It's Erica of AriBo Arts, and we're here for another Battmaking session. Getting ready for the waffle weekend that's coming up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I will be on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central. The Central one is the one I have to remember. And I'll have lots of bats. Might have some other stuff too. We'll see how things go. Actually, I have a number of bats left from the Fiber Festival I did this past weekend, which was nice way to say it. Currently at the bottom of my list for sales, as in my first show in the red. But it was in general it was a nice festival, good venue, and all that. I can tell you my camping adventures while we make a bat. But I have to decide if I want to go back. I might teach next year. We'll see what happens. So I have this sort of farm blend. It's a BFL cross that I got Michigan Fiber Festival. And then I have this, which is actually the same thing in a different color. It actually has lots of blue as well, but I pulled that out for something else. So I'm going to do these two. And then I've got two colors of bamboo. Okay. This kelp, which is one of my favorites, of light greens. And then I have somewhere another purple that I think is called like moon jelly or something. This one's urchin. I gotta find the other one before I run out of this one. So I'm gonna have those. And then I have this sort of purpley Firestar. And that's what we're gonna do. Because we haven't turned the ceiling fans off yet. So no Angelina yet. So this BFL cross, I do not know what it is crossed with. Bamboo sliding down already. It's got a little bit of VM in it. It's not bad. And I'm going to tear this apart, and then I'm going to fix the camera so you can see. Okay, got a little bit of orange fuzz from something else. I'll take that off. Put that in there. And I'll get you set up. Okay, we'll see how comments do today. Last week, it just did not show me comments until afterwards. So, so I was in South Dakota this weekend. I've driven through South Dakota before. When I moved out to Seattle, way back in the last century, I took 90 all the way across the country. And so that was, I have been through it before, but not really spent any time. I think we did an overnight maybe in Mitchell at the Corn Palace or something like that, or near the Corn Palace. If you don't know what the Corn Palace is, look it up. It is what it says. But this was up in Watertown. So north of 90. Speed limit in, at least on 29, Interstate 29, was 80 miles an hour. So, and sometimes the van can do that, and sometimes the van, it's a hill, the van's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So I booked a campground. Okay, so we got all that purple done. Now let's get some of this green. And I have to decide if I want to do random green or green just in certain areas. This is a hard decision. Let's see. Oh, it tells me my connection is slow. Hopefully I won't lose it. Oh, let's fluff this out first. So this BFL cross is, I would definitely say it's a medium wool, so it's probably, maybe it's crossed with a Romney or something like that. Let's see if I did that. I think I'm doing it in the middle. Which means I should then make up on the other side. Otherwise, it'll just get really full here. So I booked a campsite in town. It was on a lake. And when I booked it, which I just did like last week, there weren't very many spots left. And so I grabbed one I thought looked decent, wasn't right next to the road or anything. It turns out most of the people that were there because, and I didn't know this until that Friday evening, because there was a racetrack, stock car, it's a casino speedway, something or other, right next to the campground. And it was the Autumn Classic. And so most people were there because they were going to the races. And 7 p.m. that Friday night, the engines start revving. And revving. And revving. And, occasionally I can hear the announcer announce something. But there's just a lot of, I could have used noise canceling headsets. It was so loud. And then it's sort of it sounds like they're spinning out and just super, super loud. And I'm thinking, okay, it starts at 7, it's probably over by 10, right? midnight, the last car stopped. And then the live music started. And I'm, of course, in my tent. I don't even have the, I'm not in the, I had thought about maybe getting in the van to see if that would cut any of the sound, but I was in my tent. Oh, Eloise is coming to visit. Do you want to come over here so they can see you on camera? Yeah? Yeah, you're meowing. Yeah. I know you didn't have any food. I'm sorry. I forgot to put food in your bowl before I started this. You have to go away. Don't hit the tripod. Anyway, so, I don't get to sleep till sometime after 1. And then I have to get up at 5:45 to go, have breakfast and get ready and go in and finish setting up. Because it took me a lot longer to get to South Dakota than I thought it was going to. Oh yeah, I like that purple. There we go. And so, yeah. I was sort of grumpy the next morning. And I was worried about, there's about 4 other vendors at that campground. I was worried about the Saturday night because I knew it was a 2-night event. And actually I had a little nap in my tent when I got back. But then 7 o'clock it starts, but it's not nearly as bad. And there's lots of gaps between when they were running the races, and it was over by 10. So the next morning I got chatting on Sunday morning, chatting with my neighbors, who were also very nice and helped me set my tent up because the rain fly was misbehaving. And they said, oh yeah, they always come up for the races. And Friday night, they were like, the organizers got yelled at because I couldn't tell what was going on. I know nothing about races, right? But turns out what they'd done is they put water on the track. I have no idea what that means. Okay, obviously this is something that either makes them slide or makes it louder, or I don't know. So they put water on the track. On Friday night they'd put water on the track, and they were letting all the competitors do laps before the races started. So that's why there was all this extra noise, and also it took so long. Like she said, they were letting him do 15 laps. And she was like, yeah, Friday night was supposed to be like Saturday night. And she's like, it was just, they got, they got yelled at by everybody. It turns out she was a local. They just come out and camp whenever the big races are or something. And then Sunday night was lovely because there was out of this big campground that probably had, I don't know, 40 or more than 40 spots. There were 8 of us left. And so I had a very pleasant night. It was super cold. And in fact, I had to I bought a pair of wool socks that were hand cranked from one of the other vendors. So I had something. I didn't bring socks because it was like hot. They were supposed to initially be quite warm, and so I didn't think I needed like long pants and long sleeves and socks. So I went to Target and got myself some cheap clothing so I could actually not freeze in my tent. But I was very happy with the campgrounds. It was a city campground, and bathrooms were super clean. Mainly because everybody else comes in campers, and so they have their own bathrooms. So there weren't a ton of people using them. So if you have any name suggestions for this one, please pop it in the comments. Still getting a bit of a bump here in the middle. Fire star. Eloise is still wandering around in the living room. She's like despairing because there was this tiny little bit of wet food still in her bowl, and Tro doesn't think it's enough. She's been very clingy since I got home. Okay, pull up some more of this lovely, lovely raspberry. She slept on my pillow last night, she gets sort of up here and sort of presses her back against the top of my head. And she took 2 naps on me yesterday. We played a lot. But yeah, but it's almost, it's almost a full day's drive to get to where I was going in South Dakota. It's not like it's that far into South Dakota. So South Dakota is one of those big states. Making it sort of a little more intense on the sides here. Feels like it's getting a bit full. So I will read comments afterwards. It looks like I got enough here to do a couple bats. So I'll probably make a few of these for Sunday. That fuchsia raspberry braid here, that was a 6-ounce braid, so I can get a couple bats out of it. I'm trying to decide if I want to put more on there or not. So I do see a little bit of VM right there. If I can get it without pushing it inside. Almost. Ah! It fell. There. Yeah, so today is making bats. I also have to buy my plane ticket for my very big thing that I'm doing in January. I'm going on a cruise, my first cruise ever. So gotta buy my airplane ticket. So let me find it here. And my travel insurance. Sign up for excursions soon. I'm probably just mainly going to do the free ones because my budget doesn't lend itself to doing the more expensive ones. Unless I have an amazing waffle sale. I decide if that's going to be enough. I will help. once I fluff this out. I don't want to put a clump of that fire star on, but yeah, let's keep that right there. Okay, it's feeling and looking very full in the middle, so I think we're going to have to stop. Okay, let me quickly close up these. Bamboo and bamboo. Oops, no, that needs to go back. Yes, so put your name suggestions in the comments. Oh, something nice and bright and cheerful would be nice today. It is actually sunny out. But. Okay. Oh no, well, my aim is really bad right now. Okay. I thought I had a bug on the wall, but I don't. I have part of a plastic bag that has one of those little black barcodes on the corner. I'm like, oh no, it's not a bug. It is just technology. Okay, now we have space to put the scale. I dropped the scale the other day. The top came off, so I'm hoping it's accurate. I'm going to double check later. I'll do a tentative weigh. And I seem to have lost a pen, too. There it is. Okay. Let's get this baby off. Yeah, I don't think it's going to weigh a ton. Ooh. And I have put things, I was moving stuff around to pack for the show. I put things on there where I normally do the fluff and fold. So I won't fluff it, I'll just weigh it. Come on. Doesn't really want to go. There we go. It's all taking up the front of the camera there. Those two colors go so well together. Okay, let's get this off. I'm not going to be as picky this time since I'm going to just go ahead and make another batch. Okay. This is what it looks like. I like we got the different shades there of purples and so forth. Let's do a quick weigh. Tear this out. Okay, it's being very unhappy. Let's see. Try this again. Okay, yep, it is on the smaller side. It is, it's not small, but 2.25. Make sure I leave room since there will be multiples. Okay, so I will take some photos of this later when I have my fluff and fold station cleared off again. Okay, and it will be available on Sunday unless somebody claims it first. So, and I said there'll probably be a couple of them. So, yeah, if you're interested in a larger project, this might be the one for you. But remember, it is a medium wool, great for sort of probably outerwear, more durable things, and so forth. Okay. So, I wish you a very pleasant week. A reminder, there is the Zoom spin-along tomorrow night, Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay? You take care, and I'll see you around on Facebook.